Hi there, boys and girls. Welcome to Storytime with Mr. Riddle. Today we're going to read Arthur Goes to Camp by Mark Brown. It's a good summertime story. I'm not going, said Arthur. Arthur, you'll love camp. Think of all the friends you'll make, said his mother. I have fond memories of my own camp days, said Arthur's father. Camp will teach you about the great outdoors. Well, I'm not going, said Arthur. He does not want to go to camp this summer. Arthur was at the camp bus stop the next morning. Buster was standing with the new kid. He's got 100 comic books in his footlocker, squealed Buster, pointing to the brain. Francine was there, too. You guys better watch out. Tent 3 is full of bats and snakes, she yelled out the window. It's going to be just like school. The girls against the boys, thought Arthur. When the bus passed Camp Horsewater, even the girls stopped teasing. Look at those guys, said Buster. They're going to be in great shape for our scavenger hunt. No wonder they always win. That's no camp. That's a zoo, said Arthur. Oh my goodness, look at everyone at Camp Horsewater. They're all exercising. Oh, there's a letter from Arthur to his mom and dad. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, I'm not at camp yet, but I'm very homesick, and I miss you very much. Please write soon. Love, Arthur. Remember, he doesn't want to go to camp. He wants to stay home. Things were different at Camp Meadowcroak. Well, at least for the girls. I'll do my best to make this a wonderful summer for you, said the girls' counselor, Becky. Even Muffy looked eager when she pulled up in her limousine. Where do I plug in my air conditioner? She hollered. The boys' counselor was a different story. Attention, men, line up, barked Rocky. Stand up straight, suck in those guts. I've never seen a soft, flabby bunch. No dessert for you. Not this whole summer. Oh dear. No dessert for the whole summer? That's too bad. Muffy had brought her own dessert. After a dinner that tasted like macaroni and fleas and worm burgers, she opened up her trunk and the girls dug in. At bedtime, Muffy discovered the tent had no electricity. How will I brush my teeth? She moaned. There they are digging into all her treats that she brought. The boys were too tired from all the running and push-ups to think of brushing their teeth. They crawled under the covers, and Arthur screamed. Amphibians, how fascinating, said the brain. No, they're frogs, said Buster. Just wait until we get a hold of those girls, said Arthur. Someone put frogs in their sleeping bag. There's another letter. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, camp is terrible, just like I thought. The food is bad. I'm still very homesick. Please come and get me. Love, Arthur. He just wants to go back home. Forget about the frogs, said the girls. You guys better worry about the softball game instead. The girls were beating the boys at everything. Disgusting, said Rocky. I'll never live this down. There's the girls rowing in their canoe. It says, Let's see you do the dead man's float, Buster. Oh dear, because they tipped over their canoe. He's floating in the water. Have a good trip, Brain. She's running faster than him. Hey, Four Eyes, do you need glasses? Francine hit all the bullseyes. Arthur did not. Shouldn't make fun of other people when they miss, though. In fact, all that week, the girls were great campers. They built campfires, pitched tents, tied knots, identified plants. All the boys could find was poison ivy. Rocky hid in his cabin, and Arthur, he wrote postcards home. Muffy's starting a fire, learning how, tying knots, playing baseball, pitching their tents, finding plants. But remember, the boys found poison ivy. It's really itchy. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, I miss you, and I cried when I read your letter. When are you coming to get me? Camp is gross. Love, Arthur. Poor Arthur. Arthur had a lot to write about. The frogs in his bed were bad enough, but now really weird things were happening. The girls thought the boys threw a smoke bomb into their tent, and the boys thought the girls took all of their clothes. Smoke bomb in the tent? Someone took their clothes and hung them up? And there's another note from Arthur. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, this place gives me the creeps. I've got to get out of here. Love, Arthur. One night, everyone heard strange noises and footsteps in the woods. It had to be someone else. Someone else. Wasn't the girls or the boys. Everyone was too scared to tell ghost stories. We have to do something, said the brain. Let's stand watch tonight. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, look, there's howling noises. Ooh, woo. Look, they're leaving footprints. It's Camp Horsewater. Look, the H's on their shirts. That's it. Camp Horsewater, whispered Buster. They've been trying to scare us all along. Don't worry, we'll fix them tomorrow at the scavenger hunt, said the brain. I've got a plan, but we'll need the girls' help. Arthur had a plan, too. He decided to run away. Here's another letter from Arthur. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, I've decided not to wait for you to come and get me. I think I can remember how to get home. Love, Arthur. Oh dear, you should never run off by yourself, should you? Not a good idea. It says, Welcome to the annual Meadow Croak Horsewater Scavenger Hunt. The next morning, Becky read the list of things to find. Let's see, a frog, an oak leaf, balloon, sunglasses, sneaker, banana, alarm clock, and a flashlight. Those are the things to find to win the scavenger hunt. They have to look around and find them. The brain nudged, she said, and be back by sunset, she said. The brain nudged Francine. Time for phase 1 of the plan, he whispered. Oh, watch out for the bears. The woods are full of them, he said to the Horsewater kids. They just laughed. Nobody noticed Arthur sneaking away. You see Arthur sneaking away? Everybody was in the woods looking for things. The strange noises started coming from the bushes. Suddenly, a huge furry animal burst from the underbrush. A bear! They hollered Muffy and Buster and Francine, trying not to giggle. I'm not sure if that's a bear. The Horsewater kids, they think it's a bear. When the Meadow Croak team started hunting again, the bear helped too. How can you wear this coat, Muffy? The brain's voice floated out from under the fur. It's so hot. It's never too hot for mink, Muffy grinned. Our plan really worked, but we still haven't found a flashlight. And has anyone seen Arthur? asked Buster. It doesn't matter if the Horsewater team never comes down from the trees. We can't win if we don't have everything, groaned Francine. They have to find everything on that list to win. A balloon, a frog, an alarm clock, an oak leaf, a sneaker, and a banana. Meanwhile, it was getting dark, and Arthur was lost. He heard strange noises. Were they footsteps? Arthur reached into his backpack for his flashlight and turned it on. It's not a real bear. A flashlight? We won! 3 cheers for Arthur! Remember, the flashlight was one of the last things that they needed. And when Arthur was using his flashlight at night, They won. Here's another note to Mom and Dad. It says, Dear Mom and Dad, the scavenger hunt was great. Camp is great. I want to come back next year. Love, Arthur. He had fun with his friends. Sometimes camp can be kind of scary when you're by yourself. But when you're having fun with your friends, it makes it a lot better. Hope you enjoyed story time today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.